So, good afternoon. Can you tell us your name?
Richard Huar.
You are. Okay. And so, Richard, how long have do you live in Ambridge or work in Ambridge?
I work in Ambridge right now. I live in Rochester Township.
Okay. Have you ever lived in Ambridge?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And so, tell me a little bit about that. What was it like? What did you love about the town?
I had to be here because my parents lived here. Of course. Of course. I mean, basically, when I grew up in Ambridge, born and raised. Our home is in the old economy.
Okay.
It was moved in the old economy, but back then, it was a steel mill town, and sports was wild in town. And I have come from a family with 5 brothers, so it was there was always activity.
Yeah.
Always activity. Ambridge was what all I knew, back then, from 51 until I left.
Okay. Were there nationality days when you were here
Yes.
as a kid?
Yes, there was.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Nationality days, at one time, as the start of nationality days, I believe it was all churches. Okay, and it was nice. All the families came out, and the streets were loaded and filled with people, and good times. And as the years went on, it changed from churches to a carnival.
Okay. Okay.
That's the simplest thing I could say is a carnival. And and honestly, after I moved from Ambridge, I didn't return back to Nationality Days.
Okay.
But I always said, with a business in town, I'm happy that Nationality Days was at the other end of town, not at my end of town.
Not yet. Not
Yes.
right up in business. Yes. So tell me, you moved away, but you still have your business here. What would you hope for this town? So, what would you hope to see in 5 years from now?
I think we're seeing it right now. I think we're seeing a revitalization. I think we're seeing new businesses coming into town. I've always said that I'm on 11th and Merchant Street, and for 44 years, nothing was done as streetscape. Nothing. I mean, so now I hear that they're going to finally start doing the streets and the sidewalks and making it a complete town, which I'm very happy to see. Which I think, in return, I think it's going to start bringing in a lot of new people. So, and that's what's happening. But at 70 years old, I mean, it's at my time of retirement pretty soon. It's still nice to see new faces.
Yes.
Okay, and I was blessed from the last 25, 27 years with Trinity,
Yes.
because Trinity has been very good. They've been very good neighbors and good customers. They've helped me, and I hope I've helped them also.
Yeah, I'm sure you have, because our Dean President speaks very highly of you.
I paid them.
You paid him? Yeah, well, the former Dean President.
Yes.
Yeah. So your place has been sort of a staple in the community. At least I've been told that. What do you think are some of the other staples in Ambridge's community?
Staples in the community. The pizza shop has been here forever. Ambridge Pizza, Frank's Pizza has been here forever. You have the changes, like, to be honest with you, I really don't hit downtown. Dr. Harris, who's a dentist, he's a staple in town. And I don't frequent the bars and the clubs, so I really, they're always there. It's entertainment. There's entertainment. The old economy has been here forever, and the old economy was my stomping grounds. I grew up at 15th and Merchant Street. Like, my home is literally in the old economy where I grew up.
Okay.
And a good friend of mine in school was Larry Thurman. His father was a curator.
Okay.
So I spent, probably from 10 years old to 13 years old, running around the old economy at the park, doing different things. I mean, mischievous things also. Not just the good things, but we did the good things. But it was always good. It was always nice. It was always clean. It was, it was something that was never explored, though. It just stayed the way it was just like the old economy at that time just never grew. Now I am part of the old economy.
Yes.
You know, I am the treasurer.
Okay.
Okay, and that's not saying too much. But I'm on the board, and I see a lot of bright things coming, you know, with Old Economy. I mean, the people that I am working with, I mean, they just have, there's just so many things that they're thinking of doing. I think it's going to really help the town itself, too.
That's awesome. Can you share anything?
No.
Or is it's top secret
No,
right
we
now?
had no. There's nothing top secret at the museum. The museum, we have a lot of different things that's open for the public. Okay, now we have the music.
Yes.
Okay, that's on Sundays. It's like almost every other Sunday. Okay, there's music going to be played at the Old Economy, and
Nice.
I hope that the people, you know, come down and enjoy it. The first concert I think was fantastic. I think we had over 200 people
Excellent.
attend, and beautiful day, and everyone liked it. It was nice, okay, and I think that's a big thing. It's going through renovation, as I mean, most people would know if they go down to the Old Economy. It's they've done a lot of work. You know,
It's a
on the
beautiful
museum.
place.
It sure is. It really is. There is a lot of history,
Yes.
you know, and it's history that most people that lived in Ambridge never explored. I mean, seriously. I mean, you know, it's like anything else probably. Your neighbors, you know, if you're living right next door, chances are half of them never went into the museum. So, I mean, but it's their loss.
And speaking of that, isn't there a like free pass for community residents or something like that?
This year we're doing Ambridge School District.
Okay.
They are, let's see, Ambridge, Rochester, and Freedom School District. Those three school districts, everyone living in those districts have a free pass, other than the special events.
Okay.
So it's an opportunity for them to come and visit the museum. You know,
Absolutely.
again, too, it's to generate also business. It's not
Absolutely.
it's not just a freebie. You know, it's to
It's
generate.
marketing.
It's marketing, and it's great. It's, you know, I think it was really done well. So
Yes.
hopefully people take advantage of it.
Yeah. And how can people find out about what's happening down there in terms of like the concerts? Where do you share that information?
Well, there's always we do like we've like flyers are out. Okay. We're in the process of handing flyers out to the school districts,
Nice.
to the towns itself, to the going to the meetings and handing papers out to the meetings, letting them know. You know, we can't go door to door.
Yeah, no,
It's just too
no.
hard. So it's up to the people running the towns to spread the word. You know, I
Yes.
mean, again, hopefully they do that.
Yes.
You know, I mean, because it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Right. And if they don't, you know, shame on them. I mean, really, because then we have records to show us who's coming and who's not. So hopefully, with the response we get, we can tell that if, say, somebody from the people from Freedom District, they're not attending, then we can go someplace else and do another district until we can hit that right market. So, and I think that's important.
That is important. That's smart. So, am I missing any questions?
I'm curious, you grew up here and your business is here, but you left.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit on why that decision was? Was there something that you felt was lacking in Ambridge?
I came into, like in 1970, I graduated.
Okay.
1970, the day after graduation, I moved to Florida. I stayed in Florida for 2 years, enjoyed the sun, loved the sun. 73, I moved to Philadelphia. I went to barber school. Okay, stayed there for 2 years. I was a 2-year person. Okay, 2 years I went, and I cut hair in Philadelphia, downtown Philadelphia. I cut hair in, trying to think, like Plymouth Meeting and, I'm trying to think, another small town in Philly. And from then I went and I cut hair at State College. Okay, so I met a young lady, which we went to Dallas. So she went to SMU, so I started taking classes. But that really wasn't enough for me, so I went to beauty school. Okay, I went to beauty school for 9 months, got degreed, and cut hair a little bit there, and then came back home, and I nonchalantly met my wife. And here I am. So that's basically, she was from Freedom, and we wanted to get out into the country. And in the country, like we bought a home in like with 4.5 acres. And it was just one of those things where you drive up the road, you see something, and I didn't even go into the house. It's a place where it was nice. I wanted to settle into that area. So that's basically what it is.
And why the business in Ambridge? Why is that important for you?
Well, it was home. It was back home, you know. And I knew people in town. I knew back like in '82, I guess I came. 79 really. I came back into town to open the business. '82 I opened it, but it was a matter of knowing the people. The mules were still working, so and it's just a basic barbershop. You know, it was no fancy. You know, I did some perms, I did coloring, but you know that wasn't for me. But that's basically what it was. It was coming back into town, opening my shop because of my family, and I have a big family. I have 5 brothers, so we know a lot of people.
Now, are your family, are your brothers, are they still in Ambridge?
I have one brother living in Ambridge, but in Ambridge School District. He's up in Harmony Township.
Okay.
I have 2 brothers in Baden.
Okay.
Okay, and I have 2 brothers in Missouri,
Okay.
and I have a brother in Clarion.
Yeah, but you have some still right here.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, and we all come back and settle. I mean, this is our home.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my mom and dad are, you know, they raised us here. They're buried here. So
Yeah.
you know, it's our home.
I like to call it roots and wings.
Yes.
Right? So you have roots and you fly and you do your
Right.
thing, but when you're ready to nest,
Right.
you usually come back home.
And we do. I mean, I'm here 3 days a week now.
Yeah.
And people say, why are you here 3 days a week? Because, you know, I enjoy people. You know, and that's what it is. I enjoy spending time with people. It's like the old Andy Griffith. And it really is. You know, you have the clientele. It's just like, you know, I have people sitting in the shop 3, 4, you know, at a time, just BSing, which is
Oh, yeah.
good. That's fine. I mean, you know, some days I like to kick them out. But I mean, all in all, I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
Ambridge is a nice town. I mean, you know, we've gone through some tough times, but it's a nice town in general. People, you know, I think people in general are kind. You know, and I think that's going to be the focal point of our town.
Yeah. So I have an aunt who visited here, and she called this place Mayberry.
And it's like, yeah, really,
You
yeah,
live in
it's-
Mayberry.
right?
So you talked about the people, and I just want you said they're kind. You've lived different places. Would you say that the people here are more of a community than most of the other places that you've lived?
Well, the other places basically I never really associated with people. You know, basically I was there to work. I was there to go to school.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, in Texas, you know, my roommate, the lady I was with plus the fella I was with, you know, that he was also going to school, and he was my roommate. We rented a place, and his father owned Texarkana Grapefruit Company. So I knew I was in trouble because he was a multimillionaire, and he drove into school with a white Rolls Royce. And I said, "Here we go." I mean, that's the underclass, you know. I mean, you know, and basically it was too. Unfortunately, like I said, I backed up on cutting hair, but it was a small group of people there, group of people in the Philly area. I mean, Philly is phenomenal. I mean, I love Philadelphia, but I never really, you know, no roots.
Yes.
It was just acquaintances, you know, so.
Yes. Are there any more questions? No? Well, we want to thank you for interviewing with us today. We have enjoyed, I've enjoyed learning more about you, even though I know from Lori, he was like, yeah, we got to go over here and meet this guy.
Yeah, really.
So, yeah.
But he leaves, though.
I know.
That's the problem. You know.
I know.
But it's good.
Everybody has to retire
It's good.
sometime.
But it's nice, though. It's nice to see, like I said, thank you very much, and I
Yes.
appreciate this. And it's nice to see businesses coming into town. And
Yes.
I think that, you know, everyone in the next 3 to 5 years will just really see the change of Ambridge. And
Yes.
Chief of Police is, you know, that's where we should be catering and really working with this man.
Yes.
Because he's phenomenal. He really is, and he has
Chief DeLuca.
high expectations for town. You know, and I'm happy to see that.
Yes.
So,
I concur.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll be good.
Yeah, I think so too. So thank you so much for interviewing
You're
with us
welcome.
today.
You're welcome.
And just thank you on behalf of Heart and Soul.
Thank you.